Most men think cash flow comes from working more. That's why they're broke. Real cash flow comes from ruthless structure, the kind that frees you while the money rolls in. I'll show you exactly how. All right, so listen, we are going to jump straight into it. So yesterday we talked about the 10 things that I wish I understood before I jumped into entrepreneurship. Listen, I spent years upon years upon years figuring out the game for myself, and now I'm imparting it back on to you. However, that was just the 10 brutal truths. Now we need a cash flowing system, because a lot of you want to cash flow in entrepreneurship, but you don't know how to build a system that can cash flow. So the first thing that you want to do is lock your income weapon. So choose one main offer. Again, choose one main offer. I alluded to this yesterday. Do not look to jump into several different cash flowing vehicles at one time. You're not going to master all of them at once. You can't, right? You're going to spread yourself too thin. Will you understand a bunch of different topics? Sure. But realistically, what most of you should do, of course, there's a small percentage, but the exception doesn't then negate the rule, right? The majority of people are not going to go out into 10 different cash flowing vehicles and build cash flow. No. The majority of you need to focus on one central vehicle to build cash flow from, right? There's so many vehicles because all business systems work. All business ideas work. You just have to pick the one that you want to roll out with. And usually you should align it towards your skill sets. Right? And if you have no skills, you just need to value your life or break down your life and figure out exactly where your values and where your skills are. Once you can value and understand where your skills are, then you can say, oh shit, that aligns with that business vehicle. Let me jump into that and go full balls deep into that. And then once you get that cash flowing, take it into the next. And then go balls deep into understanding that skill. Now not only are you understanding how to cash flow multiple vehicles after learning one, but now you're learning more skills that you can then give out information in different sectors as you continue to learn your entrepreneurship life, because it's an ever-going system and an ever-evolving lifestyle, right? So figure out your main offer. Then what you're going to do is take all the energy that you have and push towards that offer. Right? Figure out the ins and out of how it works. How do you monetize it? How do you get people to believe in it? How do I feel convicted about it? And that's why I said it should be centered around your strength. Right? And so all of your energy needs to be in that one vehicle so that you can take it the long haul and figure it out. Get burned a few times so that you can understand not to do certain things, right? You want to fall quickly and get back up, right? Learn from your mistakes, get back up. Learn from your mistakes, get back up. Fall fast. Right? And get right back up and keep moving, because that's just the life of an entrepreneur. You're going to have hurdles. And as soon as you get all of those hurdles behind you, you're going to get familiar with what it feels like to make mistakes. And then you can avoid pitfalls and all of these things that may come in front of you as you continue to move down the road. Two, the next thing, which is probably one of the bigger things, you need to command your structure around your calendar, around your system or your schedule. There needs to be a systematic way that you live your life. Right? A lot of people have routines, these daily routines that they go through, morning routines, X, Y, Z. No, fuck all that. Understand your day, shit, hour by hour. Realistically, you should have 15-minute blocks, and understanding how long each task that you have to do for the day is going to take you. Right? And how I like to do it is I'll break my life up into hours. So if you're not skilled enough to go down to 15, go to hourly blocks. What are you going to do within that hour? As you hear in multiple videos, my alarm goes off so that I know exactly what hour it is so that I can start my next task and always have a mental frame around knowing that the time is rolling by and I'm not allowing too much time to roll by because of whatever pop-ups happen in your life. So realistically, once you find that vehicle that'll cash flow, then command your schedule around that cash flowing vehicle. Figure out the things that cash flow and figure out the creative things that you need to keep that vehicle moving. Because in business, the only thing that matters is your cash flow, right? Your bottom line. Is money coming in? Okay, cool. Because cash flow is king. If you have money coming in, you are good on all fronts. Doesn't matter what the fuck is going on in your business. As long as the money is coming in, you can then burn out all the other fires or take care of the other fires once you deal with that massive problem, which is cash flow for a lot of you. Figure out what cash flows and what tasks you need to put in your schedule so that you can conquer those first. Right? Don't take on the little noise tasks Don't look at the other little bullshit that you need to do. Don't jump into hustle culture where you're looking around and trying to do everything at once. No, focus on the main thing, cash flow. How do you get cash flow? Sales. Therefore what? You need to have a sales system. Reaching out to new clients, reaching out to warm clients, reaching out to your existing clients, upselling your existing clients, adding fucking new coupons and offers into the warm leads, adding offers to your cold leads, figuring out a content funnel within your Instagram, within your YouTube that you need to implement so that people can familiarize themselves with you faster, so that they build more trust, so that they're more opted into hearing you when you throw a pitch at them. All of these things matter, and therefore you need to focus on that, which is your cash flow system within the first couple hours of you waking, right? If you go to work early in the morning, wake up at least an hour earlier. Hello. Don't fill your schedule with all the bullshit. Focus on the cash flow. Do the outreach, and then use the noise that you have, because there's a lot of noise around business. There's a shit ton of noise, shit that doesn't move it forward, but it makes you feel like you're productive because you're getting the small tasks done. Get a VA, $100 a week. You pay her, she deals with all the small shit, you just tell her what to do. Now you're done. Where do you find a VA? Find a VA on fucking Facebook groups, LinkedIn, DM, message people, look around. VAs are there. They'll take care of it, the noise, while you take care of the heavy loads. Do not fill your schedule with busy work. Fill it with things that bring you cash flow. Third, control your feedback loop. Do not check your metrics every single day. Don't. There's no need, because what you're realistically doing is filling yourself with a dopamine hit, especially if you're new into the space, whether it be content, whether it be your sales, whether it be whatever the fuck it is. You need to give yourself enough time for your nervous system to calibrate correctly, so it's not always feeding off of metrics. When you first jump into the game of content, when you first jump into the game of business, you're going to always want to check your metrics. What does that mean? Checking your analytics for Instagram, checking your analytics, the YouTube Studio app, checking your Stripe account, always refreshing. It becomes your new dopamine. Like I've said in other videos, when you jump into business, the dopamine hits that hit the civilian aren't going to hit you, right? So you're going to start getting hit with the business dopamine. Staying at the gym longer than you should, right? Because the pump feels good, right? Maybe there's a lot of women there that day and you feel good, and you're looking at women, you got the polarity there, that feels good, right? Dopamine hit. Checking your analytics, your metrics every single second of the day, that becomes your dopamine hit, because you're no longer in the doomsday scrolling on TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, but now you're in the fucking refresh loop, as I would call it, with all your metrics. You want to know, see who subscribed to you, see who liked this, see who commented here every second of the day. No, give yourself select days to check. Mine are Fridays. All I need to do is check my Stripe account once for the week and continue pushing forward, because it's very addictive. And as you continue to grow and you start to see some real growth, you're going to get those pings a lot. You're going to see them pop up on your phone. You're going to want to refresh. You're going to hope and dream that more come in. How much more? Relax. Pick a day, set the day, forget it. Do not refresh, because then you're allowing your nervous system to settle into your new identity, which is whatever business vehicle that you're in, right? Relax. Everything is going to be fine. Just set a day, right? So from the top, what are you going to do first? Figure out the vehicle that you're going to drive to make the cash flow. 2, set a schedule around that cash flowing business. And 3rd, allow your nervous system to relax and settle into your new identity without having to always get these dopamine hits of refreshing these apps that show you your metrics. If you want to extract the structure I use to keep the cash flow predictable while working less, it's the Unruly Blueprint. There's 100 men max this month. Once the filter closes, you're blocked. The link is in the description below.